Hello once again, and welcome to SpartanGaming Plays Dracula Origin. This is part 3. We're in chapter 2. I want to say chapter 3, but no, we're in chapter 2 in Cairo. We have just finished putting together this really confusing puzzle with the hieroglyphs. And what else did we do? Oh yeah, we went to the Turk's house and we did the door, and I complained about this awful text. I think that text is awful. Like, I like font, but like in a video game, you should like in Call of the Sea, that you have the option to translate into like from written text logs to like just Times New Roman, and it's so much nice. It's so much nicer. I would like an option, but this game is bollocks old, so. That will never be a thing. When I look at these videos, I'll have to look closer and see if I can. That's supposed to be a U. It looks like an A. I don't know. Anyway, we are heading to give the 𝘱𝘑𝘪𝘳 his items. Oh, you know what? Actually, while we're here. Let's do something different. If we come over... Where are you going? Where are you going, Vanny? We need to go this casserole dish in the water. I don't want to make 2 trips to this stupid Coptic dude. So I'm going to cheat. Casserole dish on this bonfire or barbecue. And then we mix the hot water with the piece of broken mirror. And then that with the flask. Now we get a flask with condensation in. Yes. Is that it? Yes. Let's give him his bag of crap. I reckon he's going to take this treasure and flee the country. I mean, I would, but I'm an asshole, so.
Good evening. Here are the objects that you asked for. I've also succeeded in finding the solar disk missing from the cross. Your steps are guided by Saint Mark, my son. It is a miracle that you have accomplished this. Unfortunately, I have some bad news. In order to replace the objects that were found on the cross, I have this host for you, which will be necessary. I do not know 2 of the other artifacts, but they were certainly common items, because nothing was consigned to me by my predecessors. They must, however, be feared by demons, and you seem to know a lot about that matter.
What's that?
But some artifacts are still missing. Is something worrying you? We will need some holy water to pour into a cup for one of the arms. I don't have any more. I can, with the artifacts you have brought me, perform the water benediction ceremony in my role as priest. The water here is unsuitable for benediction. The aura emanating from the tomb, as well as the recent flock of birds, have sullied the waters hereabouts. I will require water that hasn't touched the earth, such as rainwater. But it is the dry season, and it won't rain for days, if not weeks. I cannot suffer such a delay. I will attempt to find a solution and bring you some suitable water as soon as possible. A small quantity will suffice. Goodbye, Herodotus. The heavens be with you, my child. Be full of courage.
Be fierce.
Fine. Now I must find some water that hasn't touched the earth.
Water that's not touched the earth. That's such... It sounds impossible, doesn't it? But it's not. That's why I have the flask. Condensation. It's not touched the earth.
I am listening, my child.
Oh yeah, apparently Van Helsing's Dutch. So why is French in this? It's confusing me. Was he Dutch? I'm sure he was. I looked a couple of days ago because I was like, why the fuck's he French? I'm sure he was a Dutch dude.
Here is some water that comes from air and has not touched the ground. It should be suitable. The heavens are with you, my son. I can bless this water. Here, my child. You must go alone to the tomb. I must pray in the chapel and recite the rites which will open the seal for you. Besides, the access is difficult for a man of my age.
Says the old man who trekked across the desert to save my ass. Old age my ass.
You have been there. An old man of God knows the cornerstones of life. He also knows what may be the throes of death. An innocent young girl succumbed in this damned place. Despite being a Muslim, she has a Christian grave. It goes against tradition, but her soul will rest in peace from now on. She died in the clutches of the monster, who leaves behind him a long list of similar tragedies. Nevertheless, her family is not worried, because they are not fully informed. What can we do? Tell them the truth. But know that a Muslim buried by a Christian will certainly cause numerous misunderstandings, and probably worse. You know more than I about this business. Your decision will be wise.
What have you found? How does that have anything to do with that gear we found? So, this game just seems to fart out random things. Like when you get items that really you shouldn't. Like when we got the necklace with the diamond in, and then the thing for a 𝘨𝘨𝘮𝘪𝘳, which we need later on, is they just give you them. And it's like, oh, here you go, have this. But apparently we know about that gill now.
After having gone past the cross, is there anything else I need to do? According to the ancient priest's reports, you must find a secret passage just after the cross. To open it, you must put a gold Deben and a 𝘱𝘨𝘮𝘮 of cursed blood into a basin. I do not know what it signifies. Directly afterwards, the sun must hit the summit of the pharaoh's tombs. Again, I can't help you, but the heavens are with you. You will succeed. Goodbye, Herodotus. The heavens be with you, my child. Be full of courage.
Be fierce.
I am missing certain pieces of information.
So we need to ask him about the Sphinx.
I am listening. I found this statuette. Can you tell me about it? It is a black sphinx without a face. One of the shapes of the black man without a face who cries at the moon. It is a cursed object. Smashing it would be the best.
It's weird because they reference him as the black man without a face, and then they reference him as the black priest without a face. It's confusing. Is the black man without a face and the priest the same person? Or I assume that the black men without the face was the group, and the black priest was the leader. But they keep referencing the black man without a face as an actual person. It's confusing me.
What does the inscription on the side mean? The director of the museum pronounced it as 𝘨𝘨𝘮𝘮𝘪𝘳. Hieroglyphs are alien to me, but I know this name. It is the name of the black man without a face, messenger of the ancient gods. His name signifies, there is no sleep past the threshold, or there is no peace after judgment. Do you understand what that means? The threshold is the passage between life and death, which corresponds to man's acts on the day of judgment, and whether one has a right to heaven or hell. Those who call upon the black man with no face are condemned to eternal damnation. This could take the form of a soul wandering for eternity, screeching through the black void. but it could also take the form of a creature neither dead nor alive, hiding amongst mortals, subject to an unspeakable hatred and eternal torment.
That sounds like Dracula.
Goodbye, Herodotus. The heavens be with you.
Is that everything?
I must return to the temple.
Oh yeah.
I am prepared. Who knows what awaits me?
We know what awaits us. Go up here. So, oh, the woman's gone. He did say he buried her, so we need to put these symbols in these items in the corresponding areas. You can't get this wrong, so it's disc at the top.
Perfect.
Nice. Water at the bottom.
I found it.
Sun in the middle.
I found it.
Garlic on the right.
Perfect. On to the next step.
So these are basically everything that a vampire doesn't like. Holy water, garlic, silver, and then also we need a mirror. Just the reflection. Can't use this because it won't fit.
This cavern.
As you can see, if it doesn't appear here, it means we can't use it. So you need to use the diamond. To cut a little square mirror.
There, all of the artifacts are placed. Now I must utter the words that Herodotus taught. Delen dagrum balarum veritas grum ble blevader trugrum fugnurat.
As if he made him say that. That was probably absolute nonsense. He's probably waiting for the door to open up because of a mechanism. I reckon that whatever he just said was just... Herodotus is probably just saying, I'm going to you. Only if he said that word at the door. Oh, that's odd.
Despite the absence of a drought, the water whirls around.
This is a spooky room. So this is where the where is it? Where is it? Oh, here it is. This is where the hieroglyph, what we translated to come here. So weapons with a magical power with Seeker's head. It's weird because when you Google Seeker, I'm pretty sure it's an O instead of an A and instead of an E. Sokar? I think. There's a statue down here. Yeah, like with this game, you can't unless it has an eye on it, you can't ask information about what it is. You know, like in a lot of point-and-click games, you can normally right-click and it will say, and it will give you his description of the item. In this, sometimes items only have a hand, and there's no way to tell what it is. You just have to know. Like this. If I click on this, yeah. If I click on this statue, he'll just say,
"I'm in need of something."
I'm in need of something.
A broken statue of the god Seker.
Luckily, there's an eye right next to it, but this here, this has nothing here. He might say something when you first click it, but because you can't check his inner monologue. So if you click through text, because you're impatient like me, then you kind of fucked yourself. Wait, he doesn't have dialogue, does he? I've not just walked completely wandered past it. No, because the first one's Mina. Golden Manor, London. Cairo. No. Yeah, he doesn't have a conversation log. Oh, weird. So it says, this document, weapons with magical power within Seker's head. Or so I think you use the axe. Give a good old axe in. Ask it a few questions. Give us your secret weapon. Bloop.
A spearhead, lavishly decorated.
Ooh.
And extremely solid.
And if that's a spear of Leonidas. It's the only spear I can think of. Why would it just be a spear tip? It is a silver spear tip. That's not have magical powers. I guess against vampires it would. How weird. I don't think you ever use a spear. Not to stab anyway. I love how I'm keeping a hammer. Just in case. Oh, wait a minute. Where's my stake? Let's put that up here, actually. Because we're going to need that. You know, hammer, stake, and cross. Apparently it works on vampires. Can I not check out these bodies? No. Who are these skeletons?
There is something inside.
The skeletons are just random.
A copper Deben. The same as the one in the museum.
And these, like, 4 pillars with, looks like blood all over them. You can only interact with one of them. Yeah, you can't interact with any others. That's weird.
These hieroglyphs remind me of something. Think.
And the solution for this puzzle is the hieroglyphs of the Black Sphinx. You gotta press the buttons. So, bridge, man with the beard, dog with a... What is that? It's like a sweet potato. So, that one, that one, that one. Feathers, hamburger, dinner set.
There. Perfect.
Works for me. And it's just got loads of blood in it. Just, whose blood is it? It's where you use the receptacle with the blood. It says cursed blood, doesn't it? Yeah, cursed blood. So this must be blood of a vampire. Or whoever the man with the... Was it the Black Priest? Or the black man with no face? These fucking statues are weird.
They are Egyptian sculptures, but they are, oddly, horrible and obscene.
Yeah, it's got a lizard face and weird monkey man. I think we need to use the axe on this boat.
There. Perfect.
And we need to pick up this column.
This could come in handy.
And we also need to steal this dude's weapon. Or stick.
This could come in handy.
It's like a stick you do when you go sheepdogging. So use the column on the boat. I think, yeah, I remember doing this.
There. Perfect.
I have such a shite memory. Metal bar for leverage.
Now, will this work?
We can't use that just yet. So there's no reason to try it. There should be one thing left to do.
This might be useful.
I'm taking it. Yep.
The surface here seems to be very straight. I can place my scale.
So he does say if you miss that.
The surface here...
Oh, I say that's one of those rare occasions where he actually tells you that he can place something there. You do get places where it's just like, I need something. And you're like, I don't know what I need because you're not telling me what it is. The 𝘨𝘦𝘴𝘩𝘦𝘪𝑑𝑦. With the help of the scale and certain objects that I must collect, I should be able to obtain a Deben of gold that is 13.6 grams of this metal. It's not too difficult. We should have everything we need. So we've got the stylus, the copper Deben, which we just picked up. We got this. Where did we get this from? Where did we get that from? Was it in Vlad's house? Or Godalming Manor? I can't remember. I got the sword from the museum director, and we just picked up this golden copper Deben. We can also use the spoon for the gold. See? So, from what I remember, you need to put the copper Deben and this copper coil. What's that called? It's just a weight benchmark. And then you put those two in one, and then the stylus, and then you put gold in it with the stylus.
Useless.
There you go. And when it's correct, it will pop a little bowl that we can then take the gold out, and that should be 13.6 grams.
There. Perfect.
I kind of did that nice and quick, but yeah. It's not too difficult. It's maths. You know everyone loves maths. So you tip the gold in the water.
Perfect. On to the next step.
For some reason. I don't know where it tells you need to do that. Does it say anything about that? Before you enter the darkness, destroy the guard. Put a curse be on you forever. Yeah, it doesn't say. Did Herodotus say anything? Have you been there? I know one of my cornerstone alive. So he went there to bury the young girl. But yeah, it's like a question, and you've been there. No, because all he does is tell you that how to open the door, doesn't he? He doesn't say like what to do after that. According to the reports, you must find a secret passage just after the cross. To open it, you must put the golden Deben. Oh, I see. To open it, you must put the golden Deben and a healing of cursed blood into a basin. And this is the basin. Okay. So whirlpool. I wouldn't call that a basin. But, you know.
The basin. It changes into sand.
I guess it is a basin.
What is this enchantment?
It's fucking sorcery, mate. It's Egyptian sorcery. These are annoying me that they're not all nice and neat. Oh, so the diamond down the bag of gold has just disappeared. I guess that's helpful. Now, what do you do here? What do we need with this? You can press space and it gives you this. What's over here?
A drawing of 3 pyramids, each bathed in a beam of light. Rather strange. I don't see anything. I need light. Apparently, I must find the right pyramids. Let's see.
How does he do this? Where does this come from? This isn't too difficult. You put the pyramid down, and then you adjust the light. As long as the first one is correct, the other one, you shouldn't ever have to touch the arrows ever again. You just have to find the correct pyramid. So we click the arrow to move the light, and then we find the next one. That one looks about right.
There
we go.
Perfect.
And then we need to put the pyramids over here. But as you can see, if you click on this,
No, I cannot do that.
it just says,
No,
does it say anything about putting pyramids anywhere? Did it say anything about pyramids? It did say something about pyramids and light, didn't it? Like, there's no more eyes. Was it in the document that we got? That's Dracula's Dear Diary. So this is the Pyramid of Giza. Oi oi Giza. That's such a weird word. But it doesn't say anything about says directly afterwards the sun must hit the summit of the pharaoh's tomb. We know that yeah, I don't know. You have basically you put the pyramids. We've only got 3 because apparently we lost the other ones. I think it's medium's always in the middle. It's either big and small or small and big. I think it's small on the left, medium, and then big. It would be helpful if there was a light or something that has just some representation of what the hell is going on, but this game really doesn't make it obvious sometimes. It's just like, eh. Look, there's no light. For some reason that opened the door.
I have found it.
There's light.
Of the pyramids at Giza, and that triggers the opening of the secret door.
So the order was to do with the document that's here. Small, medium, big, but it's... But I don't know why this represents this here. I must have missed something. Maybe I'm not just paying enough attention. You can't go down here.
Mind. This calls for extreme diligence.
That is some weird animation. A crocodilia down there.
Oh, this spot is infested with crocodiles. Impossible to pass.
Bloody crocodiles.
But there is someone inside. Or rather, an infernal being, if I am to believe the inhuman cries that emit from within.
Oh! Oh god, did you see that creepy fucker come out of the box then? Oh look. Oh look at it. Oh god, it's hideous. Oh god, that is so fucking creepy. Holy shit, that is creepy as fuck. I forgot how creepy that is. Is he gonna come out again? What? So this is the black man with no face. I don't like it. Oh, it's fucking hideous. Let's chuck a boat at him. Maybe this will make him disappear. Eat a dick. Should have put some grenades on that or some TNT or something.
It is moving. Perfect.
I don't get that. You want me to go across there? Oh, it's moving again. Oh shit, man, that is... There's something so creepy about this type of animation. Oh god, it's so spooky. And yet, why go this side? I want to see him grab him and eat him or something. Thing is, you can't interact with this guy anymore. He's just some dude in a box. You know nothing about this dude, no? Like, from a stay in Cairo, my quest for Dracula, I will keep a terrible but extraordinary memory. I must record it in these pages so that there's a knowing what danger the world faces at the hands of this monster. In the last buried chamber in the vampire's temple, I witnessed to the results of a failed attempt at achieving immortality. A partially open stone tomb held prisoner one of these creatures of the devil. A creature that must have once been human. It moaned and groaned in a horrible way. I understand it was condemned for all time to what Dracula calls a non-death, an eternal life in the depth of a despicable cave, living off the blood of victims who go there to die, the tomb raiders who end up there by chance. Does this guy come out the box to eat people? Is that why the skeletons have no skin and flesh? Why is he just letting Van Helsing walk past? Is it because it's morning? I don't know what the hell this thing's about. Why has he failed? How did he fail to achieve immortality when he's clearly alive? He's clearly alive. We've just seen him moving around in that box and trying to... Look, he's moving again. Oh, dude, it's fucking creepy. I don't like it. He's like he's dropped his keys and he's looking for them. So I'm guessing he comes outside and eats people and then goes back in there to go to bed. I want to know more about this guy. I can't interact with anything else, can I? No. Like, how did he fail that attempt at immortality? When did Dracula mention a non-death? Is this something that I forgot? I don't get it. It's creepy, but I want to know fucking more. Oh well.
A supernatural force prevents me from moving that way. The spell must be broken.
So, I think you need to break the statue of the Black Sphinx, and that works. Because of reasons. Who knew? Yeah. If you need to get past the secret passage,
Broken.
break a Sphinx. Nice. And, yeah. I don't understand. Is there nothing else? No.
Papyri, in a language that is completely unknown to me. The ground is trembling. Quick, we must leave without delay.
He says that, but he walks to the door. Oh. What it would have been cool is if he ran past and that thing tried to eat him and he had to fight it off. But instead, he just walks out and then he's back in Cairo. I'm guessing I'm going to see 𝘨𝘮𝘮𝘪𝘳. Oh, my items are gone. Oh no, my spear's there. Hoofed. What the hell was that thing? I don't get it. It feels like it's like I should know what it is, but I don't remember Dracula ever having a conversation with Van Helsing until he saw him with Mina. Wait a minute, is that in his diary or maybe? Oh shit, it might be in his diary. Let me No, this is about one of Ivan's brothers who challenges him to a duel and he rips his throat out and sucks all of his blood out. I cry for hours on end. Alcohol which I engorge by bar no longer has effect on me. My spirit, gnawed away by memories that I cannot chase away. This image of her that I wanted to banish haunts me each instant. It's a curse. She will make of me what I have dreamed of being in my moments of anger. Roar, I'm so angry. Does it say anything about a non-death? Madness, instruments, a demon inside. The demon kisses me at the morning's glow and pushes me to nuzzle under the earth in the darkness. I am no longer human. I can sense that hunger comes truly over. Oh, well, hunger comes when I think of the truly alive. I cannot resist the intoxication that comes from oppressing this hunger. And then he goes to how he became Dracula. It talks nothing about non-life. I mean, it might, but I'm not reading all that bollocks. My servants scoured Europe in search for the slightest indication of a small rumour of the most recent scientific works. Thought it would never be sold as black as mine, but ancient works taught me that in remote Egypt, centuries before Christ and his cortege of refuse, a cult venerated damned gods. So that guy in a box in Egypt was alive centuries before Christ. Given to the priest by the very mouth of the god's messenger was the secret to unspeakable rights and power over the world, over the void. Supposed to be a terrible incantation, but have the power to bring back to earth all of the damned souls. In giving herself to death and being deprived of a burial spot, Irina damned herself and roams in the void. If I have 1,000,000 damned souls on the earth, I must liberate her, bring her back to me, even if I have to release 1,000,000 souls on the earth. The cult's black secrets will be hidden in the tomb of the great priest who awaits. Oh, in non-death. I almost found the location of this tomb. Okay, so if it actually read this, it did reference non-death. That's why he was so obsessed with Britain, because Egypt is under British control in the 1800s. The treasures are brought to London in order to be studied by scholars. I mean, stolen. Yeah, then it goes on for some reason his handwriting changes. And why does it change so rapidly? I'm just skimming. The cursed text that contains a secret rite permitting me to bring my beloved back to me. He talks about her being his beloved. Like, she hates him. She literally killed herself because she didn't want anything to do with him. The tomb is located not far from Cairo and everything in place there to receive me and permit me to act properly. That's talked about giving the Turk his letters. What a pervert. I'm anxious to taste her warmth, smell her perfume of her hair, caress her, the caress of her breath. What a pervert. I burn with impatience. It's because you're a fucking pervert, mate. Like a lover before his first tryst. See? Well, man. No wonder Irina killed herself. I would have as well. Wow. Let's make a mental note. Never read a diary of a vampire. All vampires seem to be just perverts. I'm back.
I penetrated the secret of the tomb and left what was found behind the cross under the protection of the holy relics. I brought back these parchments, in which may be written the way to save my friend from the curse. But I do not understand this language. Can you translate? These texts were composed in my order's ancient secret language, forgotten centuries ago. I would be incapable of translating the slightest word, my son. I wish I could have helped you. My quest is at an end then, and it is a failure laden with consequences. My young friend is condemned even if I had done everything to save her. There may yet be a hope, my child, but a slim one. 20 years ago, a European monk by the name of Brother Alberto came to stay with us for a time while on a pilgrimage. He seemed to have a thorough understanding of us, and I seem to recall that he said something about understanding the rudiments of this ancient language. But Brother Alberto confided this on the eve of his departure, and we never knew anything further. I don't know if this monk is still living, as he seemed to be even older than myself. But if he is, I think he would surely be found at the heart of the abbey where he worked as an illuminator. He said it was St. Carousel Abbey in Vienna, capital of the Austrian Empire. Thank you for this information, Herodotus of Judah. I will go immediately to pack my affairs and leave. We are not likely to meet again, so farewell, my friend. I must thank you, my child, and do not say goodbye. Who knows if we are going to the heaven or not?
I better be going to the heaven.
I must find this Mustafa.
After all this shit I've gone through. Alright, home time.
Here, Effendi. This arrived for you. The director of the museum sent it here.
Thank you. By the by, I have made inquiries about your niece, and I have good news for your cousin, and for you by the same token.
Ah, yes?
Listen, know that your niece is far from here now, but that she is very, very happy. This stranger who you saw her with the other night is none other than a European prince of royal blood who fell in love with her at first sight.
Royal blood?
Yes, but lower your voice. They were solemnly united in accordance with the prince's vows, but the news is not yet official.
I understand, Effendi. But where is she now?
I swore I would keep it a secret. The prince is very powerful, and the fact of making this union public under the current circumstances could have considerable political consequences here and, above all, in Europe.
That explains everything. But if I recount this to my cousin, he will never believe me.
He's lying to them. You should have just told them the truth. She's killed by a vampire.
This is what the prince has left for the family of his beloved. For he who will be charged with officially announcing the news, you in this case, this sachet of fine gold dust. For the parents, the prince had this jewel purchased here. The large stone that you see there is an uncut diamond of the purest clarity. Your cousin will be able to feed his family until the end of his days without having to tap dance ever again.
How to thank you, Effendi?
Prepare my effects, and when the muezzin calls, say a prayer for me. Your God and mine will not be too many to help me in what I have to do. This letter received in Egypt was cause for great concern. Seward blames me for Mina's sudden change for the worse. Unrelenting fevers were causing her terrible pain and provoking serious fits of delirium, wherein she claimed to want to undertake a voyage east in order to rejoin her lord and master. I asked Seward to join me in Vienna with Mina if he judged her able to travel. He gave me the address of his hostess, Duchess Orlovsky, whom I count upon reaching right after I visit the location where I hope to find Brother Alberto, St. Carousel Abbey. But will all of these efforts be sufficient? At this exact moment, Dracula is sinking his blood-red eyes into the frightful text, making him more demented, stronger, and even more dangerous. How is Mina?
I don't understand it. Despite the fact that she hasn't eaten for several days, she seems to be in perfect health. It's as if this trip east has nourished her. But her mental state is calamitous. She appears to suffer from atrocious pain and nightmares that aren't improving.
Poor child. My respects, Duchess.
Hello, Professor. Our patient is finally asleep, if only for a short time. So have you been lucky enough to meet your monk this afternoon?
No more yesterday, nor this morning, and the attitude of these monks leaves me perplexed. They have categorically denied me entrance into the enclosure of the abbey, and absolutely no chance of meeting the Father Superior, or Brother Alberto. I do not know what to think. Did you spend some time at the Science University beside the Abbey, 𝘱𝑬𝑡? Can you recall a more bizarre religious order?
My presence here was entirely devoted to study, Professor. I don't recall even having had occasion to speak with a lovely waitress, much less a monk.
And your husband, Duchess? Did he have anything to do with the Abbey?
My husband was a man of science, and his connection with spirituality was tenuous at best. No, there's nothing I can tell you.
Well, she's got a really posh voice. Don't know why she's British. We're in Vienna, aren't we?
Brother Alberto is our only hope. I must keep thinking. There must be a way to enter into the Abbey and find the monk, if he exists. What do you think, 𝘱𝑬𝑡?
Break and enter into a holy place? That's taking the scientific method to the extreme. But wait, yes, I remember when I visited the university with Professor Orlovsky. He said that originally the Abbey and the university were one single large building. It was much later that the clergy signed over to the city the part that comprises the university. The professor specified that there is one door that allows communication between the two. In the library, I think. But the heads of the university forbade its use in quite strong terms. Could this be a possible point of further research?
I would have to get into the library, then find the door that will take me to the Abbey. Well done, 𝘱𝑬𝑡.
It's all a coincidence, isn't it?
Did your husband keep a key to the university, Duchess?
Well, not officially, of course, but I happen to know that he possessed a key, unbeknownst to the authorities of the university, which gave access to the library from this room, in order to study even more than the official hours would permit him. After he retired, he made plans to donate the key to one of his students, the one amongst his chemistry class who would succeed in a little challenge. I saw him prepare this test. Everything was to take place in this room, but he passed away before having given the test, and the key is still here, although I don't know where.
We will have to find out. We absolutely must get into the library. Well, I shall continue to search.
This woman seems very young to have a husband who's died. But anyway, this video has gone on way too long, so we'll stop here. This is officially chapter 3, which is Vienna, so yeah, we'll find next video we'll explore, find a way to get to Father Superior, which is a fucking cool name, in the next video, peeps. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.